works good tonight. I restarted the router. This is a full charge on the battery. And we're live. Hey, how's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I guess the races got canceled because of snow. That kind of bites, but it's that time of year. Things can change, so hopefully I can still see my comments here. Let's see, what do we got here? Hey, hello. Hopefully. Tried to get everybody to not bug me tonight, but that's okay. How's everybody doing? Oh, we just did another shop rearrange. I dug out. I went through my corner. The cat's been moved. Stuff's been moved in the corner and rearranged. Uh, Getting ready for Mama Bear and that. Would have had her out here this weekend, but the snow yesterday kind of goofed that up, and now she had to work today, and I don't know if she'll join us or not. I told her, sent her a text saying that we're going to do the live show, so. I just had another guy here. He thought he was going to be able to overhaul a transmission for less than $500. Um, hey, Mike, how you doing there, buddy? First comment. Oh, just been rearranging the shop. I dug some more of my stuff out. I got a 400 block that the wife and I went up to Minnesota years ago and picked up. We got two 400s and a 350 block. That one's already been bored, and after looking at it, I think it's already honed. Uh, so I might just need to clean it and get a set of pistons, get them fitted. And this 350 here is good. I brought it home, ended up finding a set of pistons for it, which they should be here pretty quick. And had a couple of people out here that smoked. They smoked outside, but I can smell it in the shop. Ugh. Not that I. So we rearranged some stuff, and I found out I had a bunch of heads I forgot I even had. Had them all buried back in the corner, so I got some heads to take up and get done. So we can get some builds finished up and wrapped up. So got the small journal bearings coming. Got the email. No, that's the correct range for the 6-inch motor. Found out the 6-inch pistons. They got the wrong rings for me, so uh, talking to the guy about the 6-inch motor there. Sorry. So, oh, I've only had one comment. Don't tell me they screwed up the live stream. I got the comments back on the videos, but I've only had one comment. Hey, Gary, how you doing? How you been, buddy? Haven't seen you for a while. Just keeping busy. I just spent a couple hours explaining to a guy you can't rebuild a transmission cheap, and he burned up his one. Burned up his. Yeah, we're kind of keeping busy here, trying to get the wife out here to get her build going, and uh, like I said, I dug through my pile and I found heads I had clear up against the wall there, and so now I got some heads to go get finished. Then I can finish up a couple of these builds here. So yeah, found out. Well, that's what I said. machine shop goofed and just ordered normal 40 over rings instead of the 16th, 16th, and 8th inch oil ring, which I got a set of those found now. I have what also? Oops. Just sorry. I thought I told you. Hey Greg, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, and then he already spent like 100. Well, by the time he put the fluid and filter and that, he said that change cost him like $110, and uh, so yeah, it's just one of those things. And I finally took him in and showed him. There's a guy I watch goes by Transmission Bitch. Showed him what we got to do that tranny, and his jaw hit the floor. I'm like, this has no wham bam thank you ma'am job. He's like, hey Matt, how you doing? Hey Casey. Hey, you know what? I'll fill my back of my truck up and bring you some snow for your driveway. Since you said you got missed out on that, okay? I can't. You're that close and you missed out on the snow. Lucky you. And yeah, well, while the guy was here, he helped me reorganize that, and I've got a bunch of cranks to take up to get polished. Oh boy, if Mama Bear's there, that'll get her going. Got cranks to get polished, heads to get done, and I got one late model motor that I dug out that I'm going to probably have bored over and get that built and get it for sale. Yeah, Gary, geez, TV's destroying this country in more ways than one. Uh, I'm trying to stay out of the politics right now, so yeah, yeah, we got some. Uh, yeah, the world's changing, and I think it's going to start changing fast. It's, I, yeah. It's just like somebody's come back from the grave after all these years. Yes, cell phones. I mean, if we had a complete blackout of the world where every electronic device went down, I bet you we'd lose half the population because they wouldn't know how to function. They wouldn't know how to do anything. It's just, and that I just seen a little before I shut the computer off in the office, so I know I'd had a full stream for the tablet here. Just seen something they were talking about rising sea levels. Uh, well, maybe the sea levels are rising, even though the big guy upstairs he probably wants to see one flood the world again, but maybe he is. Maybe he's changing his mind. Who knows? It just. Sorry. So yeah, it's just crazy world. I'm just gonna keep building my motors and working on cars. Um, yeah, it's figure I want to have fun doing what I like doing, so that's why I'm building these motors and trying to get stuff figured out. Right. Ah, you're doing sheetrock, ah. Yeah, I need a bunch of sheetrock. I need to get my slabs poured so I can get the additions built. Definitely going to keep doing this. I definitely need more room. One way or another, we'll get it. That's why I told the kid too that just left. I says, once it gets warm here and dries up, then we can do a lot of stuff outside. That helps. I'd rather work outside instead of being stuck inside all day. But so yeah, now that I dug this 400 out, and if that turns out to be ready for pistons, after all, I thought it was rough board, but after checking the bore, Thanks, Gary, for stopping by. It's been a while. I don't know. Might be getting close to you. Well, no, I guess it won't. If everything works out, I'll be going to the Carolinas, so I'll be going south of you. Got a buddy out there I want to go meet again, so never know. Maybe the wife and I take off. We'll have to stop in and say hi again. That was a fun trip. It's hard to believe that's going on 4 years ago now. It's hard to. Time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, this 400 I think was. I was told it was supposed to have been rough board and needed to be finished toned, but I got a feeling the way it feels, it's been finished toned and it's ready for pistons, so that'd be okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these motors once they're done. Hopefully everybody buys them, or I guess we'll have a few to go drag racing with or something. But yep, we just kids' cars sitting out here. She sent me a picture. She goes, "What's wrong with my car?" I thought it was the front end because I know we got to do the front struts. She goes, "No, that's the back tire. Back tire on her car's up in the wheel well. So either a strut broke or there's a spring broke or who knows what broke on it, but it's been a mess since she brought it out here, and she's being pretty good now." Traverse? No, not yet. I think I watched a video on it. I think it's one of those things you almost need a hoist for so you can get to it. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to remind Carl, hey, uh, let Carl know. Yeah, the whole world's all screwed up, Gary or Greg. That's for sure. It's, but I'll just keep building them. Someday they'll sell. So let's see. I know the race car guys. I'm kind of having good luck with. They're doing okay. I mean, seems like a lot of guys are going to go back racing this year. Oh, maybe Mama Bear will show up. She just said okay, so Mama Bear might get here, and I know Mike's on his way. He texted me. Okay, see, I've been the last couple of years. I've been telling everybody $45 an hour, or talk to me. Let's see, where's it? I know there's another guy that always misses my live stream, so I'm gonna. There you go. I'll let him know. So yeah, I guess Casey. I got a good helper. Uh, he likes to keep him busy. It's kind of nice to have. Hey CJ, how you doing? It's cold. I remember March coming in like a lion and going out like a lamb, or coming in like a lamb and go out like a lion. I don't know what to consider this March doing. Our local car dealer, the guy that works there, he actually owns the alignment rack and he does the alignments for him, and they're not too bad. My daughter just had the Tahoe done, and they said it's driving pretty good. So I know they were giving the daughter the runaround, and I called them up. I said, "Hey guys, you just need the no, not Adams, no, Rex's here in town." From what I've heard with Adams, I wouldn't take a demo car there. They've had issues of customers' wheels falling off after they leave. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. You missed the storm, but shoot, I lost what I was saying. Storm is gone. Who, Adams or Rex's? Hey, Kurt, how you doing? Yeah, Adams, yeah, Adams is not. Sometime you're up and that. We'll talk, Casey. I've got some stories for you on Adams there. So, oh no. So yeah, we got some stuff that we're going to get finished up here, hopefully this week, and I'm hoping for a nice day because I'm going to quick throw another engine stand together, just like this one here, so I can rob the radiator off and put it on that one. So I got another stand built to run motors on because that 454 is still an issue. It's still got issues. Yeah, I've heard that, Casey. Yep. They've had some. They've had some $500-800 vehicles down there that are rust buckets, and they wanted four to $6,000 for them. I'm like, yeah, I want some of what you're smoking, boys. Yeah, it's crazy. Uh, yeah, he's kind of local. He's local, Casey. Hi, Brian. hey there, hey there, Mike. How you doing? Yep, I got comments. I got and see, and everything's going good again. I guess that short little live stream. Oh no, Casey. Oh, that short little live stream I did the other day kind of helped because I guess some of you guys went and complained to YouTube that uh, they weren't able to leave comments. And well, before I left that night, I thought, well, I'll check one again. And I went, holy crap, I got 60 comments to approve. So I don't know why they didn't listen to me, but I guess you guys chiming in saying, hey, they're not working. They got them fixed. And actually, my video's been doing a lot better too. I can actually watch them. So you're local by the tracks, yeah. Yeah, Casey, that Joe, he grew up. He's grown up in lots of different places. Yeah, he was when I met him. He was in Storm Lake. Yeah, and I saw Caitlin. She told me that another guy he was videoed putting a comment on his channel, and his own comment disappeared. So I wasn't the only one. So there was a problem with YouTube. So, but they got her fixed and it's working. I was starting to get worried. I'm like, oh boy. But yeah, this cold air needs to go away. I would rather be sitting here with the shop door open with the warm air in here, but well, yeah, I don't know about Storm Lake being that nice anymore. I mean, yeah, it's changed from when we were hanging out. That's where my wife's from, Storm Lake Alta area. So her and I have been stuck in this area all our life. Uh, so hopefully things get it worked out and we go to North Carolina. I can actually take her down and let her see the ocean. I don't know why I just did that. Yeah, no. No, I just cash rent the land that I've got here. Cousin farms it. Squirrel's getting more active in FFA, so we might look into getting her a couple of FFA projects. But oh, you got the hull iron out of the turkey plant when it caught fire that time, huh? That got a little warm up there. Not quite the way to pre-cook a turkey. So yeah, I just cash rent the land and got the acreage here for the building site. Enough to keep me in trouble. Oh, jeepers. Tell you. Hello. Why? Up front already? Maybe we better check to make sure those lug nuts didn't work loose again. Alrighty. Well, alright. I'll bring my impact home and I'll stop by and make sure they're tight. Alright. Alright, well, hopefully they didn't forget to tighten something after doing the alignment. Alright, I'll check it out. I'm doing my live stream right now. Alright. Well, alright, I'll check to make sure those lug nuts didn't back off. Alrighty, bye. Last year I thought of the. Hey, Bill. Uh. Hey, James. No, I don't have any Milwaukee. It's the other one that everybody likes cussing out. I got Snap on. Hey, Craig. Hey, Jerry. How you doing? It depends on if the cam bolts are in the strut bolts. If they got the offset washers, no, you'll have to have it aligned after that, Casey. Uh, that was the daughter. They've had the Tahoe, and they've been all over the place. And now they pulled in their driveway, and so they said something went clunk, and because I think it needs a wheel bearing already. I'm like, no, we better make sure the lug nuts didn't come loose. If that's the case. This darn thing's been sitting out here, and that happened last year after I got it going. The front wheels came loose on that, so. Well, my buddy that did the Grand Prix, I know the Grand Prix, that 95 Grand Prix is totally different than your Traverse. He did the two rear struts and all the brakes on that car in under 3 hours. No, it wasn't even that long. Oh wait, it was about two and a half hours. So it wasn't too bad. But so now I got to check when I go home to make sure the lug nuts haven't worked loose again on that truck. And if they're working loose, I'd like to know why because I've tightened them up. Yeah, the nuts are loose. Yeah. And she's like, "We've drove that thing all over." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So the only thing is, hopefully they didn't loosen something on the front end when they did the alignment and then forget to tighten it. My kids and cars. I just they about drive me nuts. uh, they want a used car price but a brand new feel. It don't work that way, kids. So, but so yeah, I guess I better. I'll have to remember to take that along. I guess I'll take the torque wrench, check the lug nuts, as I did when we thought it was the bearing last year. They did send me a new one. I do have one new one, but I don't get why. First time to have a problem with anything, so. And who knows what the clunk is. uh, so are you still in here, Mike, or how's your Mustang doing if you're still here? I don't know if you're here or not. So we got 15 people in here. Thank you, everybody. It's hard to believe we're already done 25 minutes already, Mike. Holy moly, we're flying right along tonight. It helps when the days stay longer. Now, if we had the heat to go with it and the dry air, I'd be happy camper. I'm sorry. Cough drop I ate earlier. Yeah, we got. Well, I guess our engine builds coming up are. Yeah, no more snow. No more snow. It'll be the Small Journal 327, Small Journal 283. Then I got this late model. It could be a Vortec or a throttle body injection motor, depending on which heads I do. We got the 6-inch 327, and now the 400 I dug out. I don't know if I'm doing that as a 400 or a 406 or 377 or what I'll do with that. Yes, I am so sick and tired of this snow. It needs to go away. Like I said, I don't remember our springs being this screwed up ever since a kid. I remember having thunderstorms and warm. I mean, we did get some good thunderstorms. Now we don't even get thunderstorms. We get snowstorms. Yeah. Poor Joe, he stepped outside. He was in one of those areas yesterday. He stepped outside and the snow was up to his knee. They had like 15, 16 inches in that area where he lives. They got buried. And did any of you guys see that? We're out, and that's out by you, Mike. You need to try it, see if it works with your snow too. People are saying that the snow wasn't melting, and then gal shows the current snowfall. She scoops up, makes a snowball. 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll be complaining about the hot. Makes a snowball, goes inside, takes a lighter to it, and the snow don't melt. It actually turns black and starts smoking. And it has a burnt plastic smell to it. So what the heck they spraying out over that way? And the snow we got here yesterday and the day before, that was a wet, heavy snow. It was just... And there was a couple of times I hit going up to get my insulin today. Hit a spot. Truck walked side out. The back end walked out from under me because, see, I got the bad tires on the back of the truck now. I got the better tires on the front, so figured I'd rather be able to steer the thing instead of not steer it. Ask Joe about that ride. I didn't know if we were going under the semi or going in the median. Luckily, we didn't end up in either one. So, yeah. Here's my paint and filter. I've had that thing, brand new filter. I ain't ever used it. Just use him when I'm painting motors. Set it over there so I don't get paint in the cavity for the oil filter. So I don't know. Anybody got any questions or anything? I seen Bill made it in. I haven't heard nothing out of Carl. Don't know. Oh, you're getting the rain Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh boy. I don't even know what we're supposed to be getting this week. I think I seen something about Thursday supposed to be 56. Then rain. Tuesday. No, Wednesday's 58. We're 37 for today, and yep, or 34. 38 and rain tomorrow. Tuesday, 48 and sunny, and cloudy, and Wednesday, 58 degrees. Then turns right back around and gets cold. There's no warm temps. There's no normal, nothing. So, yeah, I finally told the owner of the 454 about the issue we got with the... Well, the big block heads are on, Kurt. I think I'm going to have to split that I'm going to have to split that guide plate and weld it back together to get the rock arms to adjust right on the valves. And I told the owner about the issue, and he's like, he just shook his head. Did find another set of heads exactly like this, all done up, ready to go. Just take them out of the box, bolt them on for $950. But this guy, I know. Yeah. So this 454 build compared to the last one, the last one took the guy about 5 years, 6 years to get built. That was okay. Just work on it when we can, and that was okay. This one, a lot of little things added up and created big problems. So I got to do some fabricating and readjusting, and then he doesn't want to replace the heads right now, which I don't blame him. So hopefully he can make her run and last and make him happy. So unfortunately, and boy, Kurt, I really wish you were closer. I'm getting to where I need about half a dozen loads of crushed concrete or something in here. Hey, Roadside Dan. Jerry, on your 86 F-150 with a 351 Windsor. If you don't have to meet emissions up there, you need some cap kits. Just find the one that vacuum line that goes to the distributor. Leave that one, and the one that goes to your heater control, leave that one, and then just start hacking and whacking. But if you got to meet emissions, there ain't much you can do with that. I know a lot of cars when I got them. When I first got out of school, I kept the emissions working. I did. And then the older I got, the more I'm like, my biggest thing that was the smog pumps they put on those things. Whoa, it's making air. Hello? What do you mean the steering wheel got loose? Oh. All right. Well, I'll stop and look at it when I get done with my live show here. I really hope they didn't forget to tighten something up if they had to adjust something under there. All right. All right. All righty. Well, all right. Bye. Okay. Alrighty. Bye. Oh. Oh. Kind of wondering what happened to the Tahoe, because now he said, well, just before they heard the clunk, he said it felt like the steering got, better not be the tie rods. That's a whole brand new front end under that thing. Okay, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry, I guess if you don't have no emissions, then those are about the two vacuum lines you got to keep, and everything else you can start pulling and capping off and plugging. I know that old Ford F-150 that's here, we eliminated like that. Hi, Frank. Well, actually, with my race motors, what we do, I can't get to it easy. We use the valve covers with the standpipes and two breathers on top. We don't have the PCV valve on them. We take that off. As otherwise, if you hook it up on the passenger side, it just sucks oil in. So yeah, we just use the breathers on the driver's side and have the standpipes on them, and all we do. Let's see, what else did I miss? loose nut behind the wheel bearing. Well, considering the sort, he did go by. Shut up, stomach. Yeah, I fed you today. And did you guys? I know in my last video, at the beginning, there's a shout out for another channel, Big Time Family Racing. If I got it right, that's Kenny. He does a Chevy. He's got his drag car and that going. There's a little more to the story than that, but new tires on Facebook. Okay, let's see. Haven't seen anything yet, Greg. But dang it! I lost it again. See, I need some sun. Yeah, this weather is not right. This is so. I'm sitting here. I'm chilled. Like I said, it's 34 degrees, and it's crazy. Yeah, I'm about ready to literally move south. I wouldn't mind getting out of this cold belt. Yeah, NASCAR got snowed out. That was crazy. I'm like, wow, that's been a long time since I've heard them actually having the postpone a race. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Did you get any of this wonderful snow that went through yesterday? It's been crazy. Oh, that's an hour south of you, and they got snowed out. Wow, that's okay. One of these days, I'll get you figured out where you're at, Mike. Let's see. Just oh, okay. Yeah, this. Yeah, well, I ain't talking. I'm done. I'm done working on cars for today. I'm talking to my friends. The guy with the Ford owner, he's going home and trying to find a used tranny, and I don't know. But then he tells me he's got two big cracks. One on one side you can put a penny in, and on the other one you can put a stack of 4 or 5 pennies. I said, we need to see what's cracked on your truck. I said, if that's the frame, I says, then your truck ain't worth fixing. We had to weld the frame back together to get the front bumper mounted on it when he brought it here. Hey, yeah. Smash that like button. Yep. Been over and seen Cab Sevens. You got a cracked rear end. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, his Ford's dead right now. It took him 4 days to remove the transmission by himself. Yeah. And he was the one that was thinking that it's a truck you haven't seen yet, Joe. 94 F-150. You put out emissions that time. Well, I guess you're picking up where Mama Bear's leaving off. She's kind of been... she had another early day, and oh, shoot, I was making a video. Yeah, she kind of had a scary start to her day. I talk about that in the video I was making, which I guess maybe I'll use that tomorrow's video. Not many times you go to work and you stick your key in to unlock the door so you can go to work. She noticed the door moved, so she pulled her key back out, reached up, grabbed it. Somebody forgot to lock the store up last night. I told her next time, call the cops. Let them deal with it. It's just Yeah, yeah. I've had that fear where she works. Yeah, so knowing that, I could have went shopping last night. I could have gotten a midnight snack. Not that I need it, but so yeah. Oh yeah, that set of heads is. I got another set of. Oh yeah, just thought of a couple more sets of heads. I got a set of heads in one or two sets of heads in the trailer, and I got another set of Vortec heads over in the barn. I got one better yet one time, Mike. I can't remember if I actually got the call through or not. I think I was calling my wife to ask her where my phone was. Yeah, I done that. And the squirrel, she's done that. Oh, you're doing a giveaway video tonight. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting so far behind on everybody's videos. I'm staying out here longer and working longer. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who backed into my post out at the driveway, too. I swore the other night when I left it was straight up, and then got here the next morning and it's been over. So I haven't looked to see if there's any car parts laying now, or now that the snow's melted some. Be interesting to see. I got a hold of the neighbor because he's been doing a pretty good job watching the place. Yeah. Oh yeah, Joe, you're driving. I could believe it. You'd run into something. You ran into a wood pile. Oh, back when we were younger and crazier. Holy crud. Oh yeah. Oh, one time a guy he was looking for his hammer. He was a big boy like me. Didn't think nothing of it, and he put her up there under his armpit, done something, and he's like, "Where'd my hammer go?" We couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. And he did a bunch of work that day. I guess worked for about 2 hours, and he's like, "Boy, I'd like to know where that hammer went." So he worked with that hammer up under his armpit all that time. And I guess they went to lunch and it finally fell out. And he's like, "Well, there it is." Didn't even realize he had it up there. Like, that had to be uncomfortable. Oh, I had to leave a road rash of some kind. But yeah, I tried buying the heads for the motor local, and that place for 3 days they jerked me around, and I finally blanket. I called up this other place, ordered them, and 3 days later I had them, and had a nice talk with the Speedy guy. So I'm kind of thinking maybe he did it, and I just didn't notice it because he was the only one that backed out that day. So if he wasn't paying attention, I got a feeling it might have been him. But I guess I get something from Speedy. I'll have to ask him then, because he is the same guy that delivers to my old boss, and he's a nice guy to talk to. And I told him, he goes, "Boy, you got a lot of motors here," and I said, "Well, if you know anybody that needs one, because I want to have a bunch of them for sale here. Got to get them moved. Got to get them gone. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of grenade motors. Put them on the stand, run them till they blow them, tear them down, rebuild them again." No, I wouldn't do that. Mr. Rogers, pal. Speedy. Yeah. So the heads are here. Oh, heck, I'll show you. I mean, there's nothing there. Ouch. Ouch. Uh, just basically what they call a smog head. Yeah, they do allow screw and studs, but the class that these are being used in, they don't allow guide plates, so that's why there's no guide plates there. Uh, and the valve where I went through and got these through, the valve train actually matches the cam and lifters. It's all the same brand, so it's kind of funny. And these heads, I got them set up for 600 lift because of the cam selection we went, and I'm kind of anxious to hear this thing fire up. So get her fired up, get her out on the track, and start winning some races. like I said, there's a 400, Joe. Got that dug out. And actually, I didn't realize I had so many cranks from there over, and I don't even include the ones that are stuck back in there yet. But I kind of, this is the group of ones to be sent off to be polished. There's some tin work I got to get cleaned up that I need, and then there's the heads I found that were up against the wall. Almost gained a corner of the building back. Oh yeah, there's cranks in that. Otherwise, yep, the 454 is sitting here. Here's the extras for cranky. A couple of days ago, there's the leftovers for the Ford. And I guess here's what we got outside. Well, yeah, here we go. Oh! Ouch. Yeah. Let's see. What I miss? Yeah, Matt, I want to get the roofs done. The shop roof. There is the transmission, and up there on the grill is the torque converter. And it's raining. What the heck? It's raining. And I'm going to have to throw something down to get to the truck. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, I get these done, get them sold. Hopefully there's enough money to get the roofs done. The shop roof needs done. The house roof needs... Well, actually, I've got an idea with the house. About ready to tear that. Ouch! From Rockford to there. Dubuque's 4 hours, and I think Matt was 2 to 3, so it's either 8 or 9 hours, I think. Wife tells me it's shorter. I don't remember, but we were pretty tired at that part. We were pretty tired at that point, Jerry. And the drive to Port Huron straight through, I thought it was a 15-hour drive. It's actually a 12. I want a haircut, and I'm not cutting it. Even though when I cut it, this is a preview of what's going to be. I guess I've lost a lot more hair. Everybody else is having a problem with me losing hair, but... Katana. Yeah, he probably zipper right along. So, yeah. Oh, that's right. We got a guy that's supposed to be sending a couple of motors from the East Coast, too. Yeah, I know. I've been looking at my older videos. I guess I do look better with shorter hair, but it's so dang cold, and I guess with my diabetes, it's getting harder and harder to regulate my temperature, and noticing it more in my hands now, too. They've been really extremely cold, and it's no fun. Dang it. Hate it when you get a hangnail and then you pull it. That was not nice. So, yeah. Yes, I am going to look at a calendar here in the next day or two, and I want to pick a weekend and get that lined up. Thank you for bringing that up. I got to talk to another buddy and ask him. Like I said, I'm thinking about getting some fresh pork and beef, and either have burgers and steaks and some porks and chops, and see what we can all do. And definitely keep the farm mode. So, yeah, we're going to... Alright, that's bugging me. Sorry. That's hurting, actually, now. Found a stupid hangnail, and... Ah! Uh-oh. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. those things. Should have left it alone. Now it's hurting. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Sorry. I got into a coughing fit this morning. About made me sick. I almost was late getting squirreled to work. So. Alright, got it and didn't cut my skin. There, I'll quit playing with that. Holy crap, 21 people. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Smash that like button. Oh, I say 21 and I'm going to drop to 20. Uh-oh, I scared somebody away. I took a bath this morning. Nope, we're getting... I got a lot of... I look at it this way, if those cranks don't polish out, I got a lot of cores so I can go turn them in somewhere. Hey, Gary. Just kicking back, having our Sunday night fun, and unfortunately we didn't get any racing in today, but I guess they're going to do that tomorrow. They're going to try for at 2 p.m., so seen somebody already made up a doctor's excuse and put it on Facebook so people could get out of work and get to go to the races. Wonder how many bosses will be right there with the employees. Yep, we're not working today. We're going to the races. I'd like to go down to Newton, Iowa when they race there once, just to see them in person once. One thing I haven't ever done yet. Oh, and the one short block I went to put together, I started counting the rings. One ring stack's got 6, and the other one's got 7. So I lost that set of rings. Lost 3 rings. So I guess I'll keep that around for spares. I got another set of rings. Hey there, Black 85 Chevy. How you doing there, bud? Yeah. All right, Jerry. You take care, and hopefully you get some warm weather, and you can share it with us. I hope. Oh. Hi, Tim. I told you I'm bad with names. I had to think. I had to cheat. I had to go look. I know. I was kind of hoping she was going to be snuck in here. Let her know we're doing it, but like I said, she had an early start to the day and she's been tired. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Wishing it was warm and... Oh, the Ranger motor. Okay, Kurt, yeah. Oh, yeah, we could use that set of rings for that junk motor. Oh, really, Gary? Wow. Hi, Ryan. Darn it, I lost what I was saying again. How many times am I going to do that? Yeah, that'd be nice. Joe can vouch. I should go back in a time machine and find my younger self and beat myself over the head for the stuff I got rid of. I had buildings full of motors and that. At one time, I had over 300 blocks alone, plus heads, plus transmissions, plus... Oh, Ranger motor. Thank you, Craig. It's going pretty good, Ryan. Okay, the Ranger motor. Got the down payment to him, 2 weeks ago? And we paid for the speedy shipping. Most all the parts made it, except for the 2 important ones. The pistons and the rings. They don't know where they went. They can't find them. And for some reason, if you want to build a standard 4.0, those pistons are a dime a dozen. But if you want to go 30 over or overboard that thing, it's like those pistons don't exist. So they're trying to figure out where they went because they were showing in stock. And they did this overnight was supposed to be a 2-day delivery, which since they didn't show up, I'm going to tell them we're not paying for that because we didn't get what we wanted. So yeah, and I found out the other reason why the guy really didn't. He was really pushing for a rebuilt motor, reman motor. Evidently, they didn't have the jig to hold that V6 in their boring machine, but they do now. So I guess they're probably overpriced a few things, trying to drive us towards going for a reman. And the guy wasn't going to go for a reman. Nope, he wanted to build the one that was in there, and that's what we're doing. So we're waiting for the pistons and rings to show up so he can finish machining that motor, because the crank didn't need turned. That polished perfect. He got all the stuff. I guess it's going to have new valves and followers and all that stuff in the heads. So yeah, they're just trying to find the darn pistons and rings now. And you know, as many as those 4.0s are out there, it's just like they've all of a sudden just disappeared. I mean, even junkyard wise, it's hard to find them. It's just weird. And then you come across the occasional guy that's got a couple, and he did find a couple of used motors, but he's like, I'm not putting a motor with more mileage on it than what the truck has in it. He said, I'm not doing that. And the guy had one with 210,000 miles on it, and he still wanted about $1,000. I don't think so. Oh, what you got going on there, Ryan? So yeah, that's right. You're out around New York right now, ain't you? Well, we tried convincing him into changing it into a V8 of some kind, even a Ford V8. We found. Oh, Ohio! Oh, wow, that'd be fun. We tried convincing him to switch it over to even a Ford V8. We had some Explorers found. I kind of shop around right now, but I'm starting to get my catalogs. Oh, Cleveland. I'm starting to get my catalogs figured out on who's going to be the good suppliers, and like I said, this set of heads, that set of heads, I had somebody else. Oh, you don't want those 3-hour drive. Oh, that's going to be a long drive. But I found out the one that was saying that those weren't good heads is they bought bare castings without any machine work done. These here I seen have been machine surfaced. They're a very, very nice looking head. So I got another. Well, this 60 over motor might get that, and that could be an interesting test. The 60 over motor is going to have the same style pistons, but the difference between the two motors could end up being. Oh, sure. There's noisy. Is the 60 over will be a 5.7 rod, where the 6-inch. Yeah. The other 350 will be a 6-inch. It'd be interesting to say, hey, you know what? Try this motor for a while. See what the power. Put the same cam, same heads, everything on it, and see if he can tell the difference between the two combos. It'd be interesting to see. So, and Howard's cams. What do you recommend for a 4-barrel carb for a 5.0 GM motor? I've had good luck with the Edelbrocks, and for 305, it sounds crazy, but a 305, I've ran the Edelbrocks on. I was either a 450 or 550 Edelbrock on them. And then if you don't want to go Edelbrock, then Holly. Oh, the old 307 and a caddy. Oh, wow. Okay. 307. It's got an Oldsmobile engine in it? Because that's who used to make the 307 is the Olds engine. Heck, who knows? Come on. Don't you be following up there, tablet. Why is I getting a bad connection? Huh. Okay. I'll be dang. Well, yeah, I know Cadillac was known to do some weird stuff. What year Cadillac? '89. Oh, okay. Okay, Gary. Oh, okay. That makes sense there, Frank. Okay. Thanks for coming by. I guess I've had a few people sneak in on me and I didn't see them, or you guys are just finally making comments. So that's okay. We just kicking back and doing a little shop talk. And so yeah, I got a bunch of welding projects to do. Which those little storage stands I've got, I got to make. I think I'm gonna make up about a dozen of those. So I got to pick up some 1-inch square tubing and make a jig for my bandsaw that I got from Chop Shop Underground last year. No, that's going on 2 years ago. No, I got my truck last. No, that was last year. Never mind. Make up a jig where I can cut my uprights, cut the 45, and then cut the straight. Oh, your bird and dogs are. What'd you do? Ruffle a bag and the bird get scared? Oh, excuse me. Oh, I got my new shocks here for my truck. Then it got wet and cold. That might make a difference on the way that mine drives. Yeah, hey, my wife says I'm good. On the bottom. What's on the body, Ryan? All I know is I gotta get to the eye doctor, see what it's going to cost me to get some new glasses. I went and got my insulin today. Was going to do it yesterday. 270. Wow, that's doing good then, bud. That's doing real good. Went and got my insulin today. I was going to do it yesterday, but after we got back, I just come to the farm. Was waiting for a package in the mail. Was hoping it was going to get here. Hey, there you go. The dog gets full and dog gets full and you get a quiet house again. Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh yeah, nice. But he's got a nice set of double humps he's working on. Back in the day, that used to be the thing to chase after, but holy moly, with all this aftermarket stuff and the way they've redesigned heads. Hello, small journal 327 I want to put together. I'm trying to decide whether to put cast heads on it or see if I can get my hands on some either Vortec heads or... No, I just found out that there's 6.200 rods. I've been kind of out of the loop for building motors, and I've got a couple of guys getting me back into it. And yeah, that's 6.2. I mean, there's... Ah, okay, you got one of the good 350 there's, Gary. Okay. Hey, there you go, Dan. Those. Yeah, I've got a couple of those good blocks around here too. Just I guess I'm kind of getting to where I want to get. get things squared away in here. Yeah, it's yeah, he's got the wow. Those are some nice looking valves in there. I don't know. There, the glare's gone. Said the heads weren't messed up or reworked too bad. Oh, it's even got the guide plates. There you go. There's when I showed you. There's the guide plates, and then I can see it. Oh yeah, see just past the guide plate there. You gotta, when you put guide plates on your head, you gotta enlarge that hole, I think to a 1/2 inch. Otherwise, if the guide plate ain't in the perfect spot, it binds on that. So, just a food for thought thing. Then I got a set of heads I want to really do up again. Do like my old ones that we've talked about before. Well, then I got looking at these little guys. There's what holds your wrist pins in. And I looked at a set of pistons and rods that I've had. And then I got the papers. You know, there is a certain way these things go in. This ones. You're supposed to have them perfectly up, straight up and down like that when you get them installed. Not turned any or anything. I always wondered about that, if the inertia, if those things were turned, if the inertia would be enough to make that fly out. And finally, one set of pistons had the paper with that, and yeah, it shows. You install those things just like that. And can't remember which set of pistons it was. They were in there every direction, and boy, lucky they didn't pop out. I tell you, those things, these ain't so bad, but those spiral ones to put in, those hurt. And then I seen there was a neat tool where you could corkscrew it on, then you could turn it in. And, hey, cool tool. That'd be nice to have to put those spirals on. Went priced the thing. I'm like, whew, I don't think so. I'll sit there with a screwdriver and hurt myself. That tool was like, the kit was like $500 for 3 pieces of metal. I'm like, you gotta be joking. And then if you just got it to do the one, like a Chevy piston only, and instead of having the kit to do other pistons, that was still $250. I'm like, no. Just sit there. Yeah. And it wasn't even a snap-on either. Oh, getting back to that guy's still here. I've still got my DeWalt, but it seems like my snap-on stuff, I know my batteries are dying for my DeWalt. And right now, the life I'm getting out of the snap-on batteries is lasting a lot longer than any of my DeWalts. And you know, years ago I was 100% DeWalt all the way, but now, and I've even been looking at some of the Milwaukee stuff. They've got some pretty good stuff. And then South Main Auto, he's using that 20 volt impact from Harbor Freight, and he's having great luck with it. Oh, come on. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the tools of today have changed a lot. Yeah, now DeWalt is Stanley now, so, and like I've said before, another reason going to the Snap-on is because Craftsman, it's getting harder and harder to replace their tools. I don't know. All right, Matt, you take care. Stay safe out there, and hopefully you have good luck with your giveaway tonight. Or you're making your video anyway. Oh, Craftsman is owned by Stanley now too. Oh, how interesting. Yeah, and you know, Harbor Freight in the last couple of years has really stepped up their game. They're getting some nice stuff in there now. Yeah, yeah. Harbor Freight. I mean, they're getting some good stuff. And oh, and speaking of that, I finally made it to our local plastics factory, and I told them what I wanted, and they got a simpler way, and they're supposed to be getting me the prices. He hasn't called me back, but they're going to use like a 3/16 or so plastic. He says, well, you'll need to support it. But I've got an idea already. I got a stand I want to build to put the tank in for the blocks, and then the other one, I'm going to have two dunk tanks. One to do the heads and cranks, and the other one's to do blocks to get this rusty stuff cleaned up. So it'll be interesting. And I'm pretty sure that Evapor Rust uses a molasses, because I notice it gets sticky. So, and you know, for what I pay for that stuff. Hey, John, how you doing? Long time no see. No more snow. I want sun. I want to smell the grass being mowed, and yeah. I want some color back in my life other than brown outside. Brown and white. I mean, it needs to go away. Oh, hey. Moved the toolbox, found one of the missing cans of brake clean. It's raining right now again. And raining, and with the temp of 34, so it's not freezing yet. Getting close. Whoever said I was politically correct? I mean, I kind of touched on it a little bit in last night's video, and I'm trying. And then, ay. Oh, shoot. Well, the compressor's doing pretty good. And let's see. Okay, the day that we fixed the F-150 for the old guy, got it running again. We used their compressor that day to pump up the tire. No, that was the day before. So, day before I made the video of fixing it. Yes, Frank, I've seen Dr. X, and anyway, I left the thing switch on the compressor, so it's been running whenever. I was out here yesterday, so it's doing good. I got to shut off. Yeah, that Dr. X is what I. Yeah, it's gotten better. They just called me now. See, they had another shop work on the front end to do the alignment. Now they got a clunk up front, so I got to check to make sure the tires didn't come loose. As we fought that last year when I first put the Tahoe back together. I thought it was somebody trying to loosen the tires, but which could have been because it's been sitting here long enough. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, the Dr. X is what I wanted to try. Well, then a friend of mine did some more researching on that, and he bought the Evapor Rust. He said he come across some horror stories with Dr. X not getting full jugs or getting empty jugs, and hey, Don. Yeah, it was an up and down week. It was a normal week for me. I mean, a little bit of family feud over a vehicle and that kind of thing. That's funny too. They decided to create all the drama and get me all worked up and PO'd. And guess what? The dealer pushed them off until Tuesday. So, getting mad at Dad and thinking I wasn't doing fast enough, they didn't gain a thing. The truck is sitting. And then she got home and her car broke. Literally. The back wheel is up in the wheel well. It's not touching the body, but it's up in there, and I haven't jacked it up to see what's wrong yet. And now they're saying the Tahoe's got a clunker, or feels like. At first they said it felt like a belt broke, like the steering was getting loose. So if the lug nuts are loose on that again, I'm going to have to. Hey, talk video. I'll just kick them back, having some fun. Take live calls. I don't. Don't know what that would be, other than just doing what I'm doing there. So yeah, when I go home, I got to stop and check out the Tahoe, see what the heck's going on there. Still a little light out there. It's getting dark. Yep, we got. Even had. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it. Oh. Okay, I'll have to check you out. If live talk. If you want to do me a favor, I'm using my tablet. If you want to go to one of my videos, one of my recent videos, and leave me a comment, then I can track you down and look you up later. Oh, okay, Don. Yes, I like that it's getting darker later now. Yeah, that's what I got to do, too. I need to look into some oil pans if I want to start. If a couple of these motors, the way I'm going to do them, they could either go either in your car or pickup, or they can go out to the Circle Track or drag strip. I mean, either way. Got a bunch of choices. And I tell you, yeah, they're right there. Ouch. Oh, let's see what I missed. Yeah. Move that. Just took the starter area of that 350. Oh, no. I just put a hole in my bibs. God, that was sharp. I'll have to find my iron-on patch. Wow. I just put a hole in my backside. That hurt. The closest dirt track to me is about 35 miles away, Alta, Iowa. Yeah, that hurt, Mike. And it's... Dang it. I'm running out of bibs. Now I gotta find the iron in the patch. I better fix that before I wash them. Otherwise I'm gonna have a little cheeky experience. Oh, those are true sealed rings. Yeah, I guess the problem I was having, I'm finding 16, 16, 3/16. I needed 16, 16, 8th for that one motor. But yeah, there's, I don't know. You know what? They didn't send me a new catalog. I told them to put a catalog in with the heads. Oh well. Okay, you silicone to oil pumps. Oh, didn't it have the little collar? Like, this is what I use. See, it's got the oil pump drive and it's got a steel collar on it. So, yeah, Joe, I know they got, I told them to put a catalog in it. I just realized they didn't. Oh, curl Molly shaft, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not bleeding. That still hurts. I smarted. Okay. Wow. Well, that should work okay then. Yeah, maybe I need to get to the church a couple more times. I haven't been in a while. I've been kind of naughty that way. Yeah, we used to have Alta, Algona, Audubon, Webster City, Britt, Interstate, Park Jefferson, Jackson, Minnesota. Oh God, Huset's. And then one or two more tracks. We used to have a bunch of tracks. I mean, you could go racing every night of the week for a couple weeks and not hit the same track twice. We used to have a lot of tracks, but now 2 or 3 of them are gone, but two more have popped up. Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever see the day. I mean, one store that I used to go to a lot. It's called Northern Auto Parts or Mopar Central. It's in Sioux City, Iowa. Well, I'll have to do that next time. Okay. Well, I kind of. Well, maybe that's why I got them cheaper. Because when I told them, well, I'll go and as I noticed, I got the heads cheaper than what I was told they were. So maybe that's how I did that. Didn't realize it because I told them I'm building motors. Knoxville's what 3-4 hours? No, at least a good 3 hours to get to that. I ain't ever been to Knoxville. Oh wait, the wife went. Yeah, that's about a 3-hour drive from here. I know I want to definitely go back to that swap meet out in Nebraska next year. Hopefully take a few things then too. There you go. I'll take a couple of motors down on these run stands and fire them up and see if I can get them sold down there. Sit there out in the parking lot and rev them up, get everybody's attention. Okay, if it's 2 hours from you, yeah, I think it's about 3 hours or so. Knoxville. Ain't ever been there yet. Someday. Got thinking about it when I got talking to Joe about it too. If everything goes right, Boone Super Nationals this year, if everything goes right, I might have 1 or 2 or a few motors down there. That would be kind of cool. I'd like. We didn't go to the Super Nationals, but oh God, that's going on a couple of years ago. Wow. I finally went down to the Boone Raceway and watched races there one night. That was a nice track, but it was stormy that night. We got lucky; they got the races in, but as we're walking to the truck, the storm got there. So yeah, we got wet. Yep, I've even been kicking, if I could find a good driver, I've even been kicking about around the idea of building a stock car and having one to run and do behind scenes and everything. But things got to change a little bit more before I can do that, even think that. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier too. You guys got another 400 coming in here next month and month after to build for a guy. So we're getting there. It just takes time, and I woke up today and it's been a good day. I was running late this morning, but I made up for that. Nope, I'm ready to get this 454 done and finished, but we got a couple of repairs to do and fabricating a little gasket trimming to get the rocker arms to clear the valve cover gasket, since he wants these thick rubber gaskets. So if it was all simple, everybody would want to do it. 1916. Hey, that was just a few years ago. My sleeping here lately has been terrible. No, I haven't yet, Don. I'm kind of interested in doing that little 434. I think that'd be a fun little motor. And another one I want to do is the 400 crank and the 305 and make the little 334. Matt, I can't remember the rest of his channel's name. He's got one in the little S10 he's having fun with. Matt's Madness? Something like that? I can't remember. Okay, Dart Block for 434. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody do that yet. Haven't seen anybody do that yet. I know years ago they did it. They made a 454 small block. See, Green Bay just went live. Okay. Yeah, the cylinder walls get a little thin. This 400 I got sitting on the floor that I'm going to work on, that's 30 over. And the guy I got it from told me that it was bored loose. It was rough board. It was supposed to be finished board. Well, I got looking at it closer today. I think it is finished honed. So I think it was set up for chrome moly rings is the finish that's in it. And I got the turn crank over on the shelf. And, well, I tell you, that shelf that I put in a couple weeks ago has been a big blessing. Hey, Redneck, how you doing? I don't think we got enough room for the stud girdles on that. Actually, do they make a stud girdle for 454? The valve covers he wants to use, I don't think he's got enough room. I was surprised the rocker arms cleared with the poly locks. It's got to be really, really close in there. Not sure. I'd have to check into that. I've been a small block guy all my life. Joe thinks it's funny that I'm finally working on big blocks. I tell you, when I called up and ordered the heads the other day from competition, and then Speedway actually beat them by a few bucks, and they're close to me. So between Speedway competitions, and I tried Carl's, and Carl kind of failed me. So how you been down there? Have you got any of your builds going yet, Redneck? Oh, come on. Oh, we got downloads going on. That's what's happening. Clear. That's why we're having bad connection. Oh, you stupid thing. I did it in time. I think I finally got him. Nope, you dirty dogs. Okay. Oh, come on. Quit. Okay, am I back? I hope. Come on, clear out. There. Am I back? Hello? 350 crank is same as newer 350 crank. And, okay. The deal with the 305 and 350 crank is you can use a. Yeah, I was determined to do the updates. I don't know why. Um, we'll need tall valve covers. Okay. You can use a 305 crank and a 350 block, and you'll be okay. And it was a poor man's balance job, as if you went to lightweight pistons. Okay, I'll finish it. It's kind of a balance job. But if you took that 350 crank and put it in the 305, it may or may not shake because the difference in the piston sizes is what they drill it. A little different, but otherwise, physically and all, for all practical reasons, the 305 crank and the 350 crank are the same thing. Just the 305 is a little bit lighter. Okay, the 454 heads. What happened to those? They were on a drag truck that I think has made TV out of an S10 that the guy was trying to make 1100 horsepower with. This set of heads was the better of the two sets he got from the guy. He had stripped bolt holes, so putting in the helicoil should have not been a problem. Well, that's where it went downhill there. The place I used didn't weld the hole right, and then they got the hole off. First time they sent say this is your head stud, the mounting area. It was supposed to be straight up and down. Well, it was there, and then off to the side. So they redid it again, and now it's better, but now I can't get so I'm going to have to split the guide plate and get the rock arms where they're supposed to be, and weld that particular guide plate back together to fix that problem. No, if you put the 305 crank in the 350 block, you should be okay. If you were trying to put the 350 crank in the 305, it might shake. And depending on what you're going to do with that motor, Don, I know the guy I'm using now, it's $100 to get it balanced. Now, if you wanted zero balance, then the price is a lot more, but he gets it within 10 grams, which for what I'm doing, 10 grams is good enough. Yeah, I mean, I've used my tablet a couple of times. I've left it lay here. So why did it wait until Sunday night to do the updates? Again. I know I lost a couple of people. Let's see, who did I lose? Oh, Craig. Yeah, I was starting to get in the roadkill and Motor Trend and all that, and now they've pulled away. Well, I built a 305 one time. If I wanted to build it and put it in the 81 Cutlass, I would have swore it was a 350. And I built that thing, and that thing, when we pulled the heads off, there was so much rust in the cylinders. I just took the berry brush to it and honed that thing out. We had it hot tanked and everything, and the kid kept swearing up and down, "It ain't gonna run, it ain't gonna run." I said, "Just shut up." We put it together, put it in that car, and oh my God, did that kid tear that car up. He left a half-mile black mark over here on our blacktop. Literally a half-mile black mark with that 305. Oh yeah, we could do that too, Jason. Yeah. So yeah, that 305 it had two. It had it was complete 305 stock bottom end. I put a 292 TRW cam in it. The heads were the same casting CC, but one head had a 194 intake valve. The other head had a 1.7 valve. Literally, and they both had the same exhaust size. And I put an aluminum intake on that with a Holley, and then we put headers on that thing. And I swore, like I said, if I hadn't built it and put it in that car, I would have swore that was a 350. That thing ran hard. And then the kid ditched it, thought he bent the frame, got scared of the cars. Another guy thought, oh, that's a 350. Bought the car off and tore the motor down, was mad to find out it was the same 305 that he said wouldn't run. So, alright, thanks for coming by, Bill. Once I know more on the trip, I'll let you know. I gotta do some talking this week, see if I can speed that up and get that done. We got things to do this year. I got some goals. I want to have some of my guys that are having me build their motors get trophies this year. Yeah, the 305 heads just, they bring up the compression, yes, but they just don't flow. And that's okay. Yeah, that would work, Mike. The 305s got a bad rap for bad camshafts back when they first started them. If GM would have put better cams in them, I got a feeling the 305s would have taken off been right there. But they goofed up and had some soft cams back there in the late 70s. Well, back in the late 70s, we used to have strikes and embargoes and boycotts. A lot of people, we used to come together as a nation back then. If a store was overpricing and everybody boycotted them, boy, that brought their prices right back in line. But no, nowadays we can't all get along long enough. Oh, okay, that's on the roadkills, okay. So, yeah. Oh, you're going to put that in a Vega? Oh, that'll... Got a guy one time that had one of those Spider Vegas with the V8 in it. He goes, how do you change the spark plugs? And I'm like, don't ask me, I ain't getting my hands down in there. I think he ended up taking a hole saw to his wheel well so he could go in with a socket and an extension. I don't know what GM was thinking when they did that one, but it was a fun little car, that's for sure. Kind of flush. Boycott Motor Trend, there you go. Yeah, I know. It's almost getting to the point where you don't get any good news no matter where you go or what you talk about. And like, oh, okay. Yeah, too, Mike. I know. I sit there and look at Facebook at night, and I didn't realize how much Carolina Man and I talked until he's not there to talk. And I sit there and look at Facebook. I see all these names lit up, and I try talking to a few of them, and nobody will either answer or nothing. So I've been starting to get caught up on videos again, but yeah, I sit there and kind of twiddle my thumbs at night going, nobody to talk to tonight. But, and I know, wife was wife or the kids, or so, I can't remember. I got told I talk too much car stuff sometimes. Well, I've grown up doing this, and this is what I've done. I mean, this is what I know. Yeah, yeah. And after seeing all this March for Life stuff and all this take our guns stuff, I'm like, ooh, yeah. I'd rather spend my nights out here, staying late, working on stuff, instead of being tied to the computer. There for a few years, I played Farmtown. I never got into Farmville, but Farmtown and the cooking one on Facebook, I played those religiously. And one day I just looked at it and says, you know what? I'm done being tied to this thing. He got kicked off Facebook. Oh, yeah. It's just. That's when once I decided to walk away from the video games and that, and I had another friend of mine. It's like, you don't play the video games? No, I don't. Not anymore. I play real life. Turn the wrenches, make them, put them together, massage them, put them together, and bring them to life. So. There's. Oh, what was that movie? Oh, it had Jim Carrey in it. It was something about to kill the babysitter. Hey, Mike, welcome back. I try and like your stuff and that. And I've been bad, Mike, I have to admit. I haven't been on Facebook like I normally have. Yeah, the movie killed the babysitter, and that's when he fell into the satellite. And that's what our electronic devices basically do. They just keep us from going outside and doing, or going into the shops and getting our work done and having fun and doing what we should be doing. And the guy that was here helped me move stuff around today. He goes, "Why do you got so many engine stands?" I said, "Well, I've got 6 or 7 builds going on. I need." Oh, how'd you come out with the brakes? Get them done? Hopefully that went smooth for you, Mike. Oh, was that the cable guy? Okay. Okay, the cable guy. Okay. Yeah, he falls into that and knocks out the satellite signal, and everybody slowly comes walking out of the house like, oh. Then there was that other movie, too, that you find out at the end that the guy was just on video of doing, oh, it was some sci-fi movie or something like that, where basically like what YouTube is now, where we record our life and we put it out there for everybody to see. And he finally figured out towards the end that it was just all a video and he was held captive somewhere. Truman Show. Okay, yeah. There. Wow, somebody that knows what I'm talking about. That's scary. Oh, so did you put new rotors on too then there, Mike? Stop on a dime and give 50-cent change? Yeah, the kids they're having a problem with the Tahoe already. I'm like, really? Wish I gotta grab tools and take home with me tonight. They will now. Holy wow, Jason. Yeah, I don't. For what I see, what they're charging for these crate motors and that, I don't see where they're saving anybody any money. You can still home build a motor cheaper than you can buy one. I'm getting it figured out again. I'm getting the right suppliers and that, and I'm getting down to where basically the only machine work I need done is the blocks machine and maybe the rods I've been using. If I'm using the floating ones, they just need honing. Otherwise, once the blocks machine and buying these new heads, there ain't much to do in it, and I'm still making money. That's the good thing. I'm still making some money. So must have been that Chinese metal they made them out of, Mike, or were they Japan or Taiwan metal? Now I wonder how many more years before all that trash from the tsunami starts washing up on shores. I wonder how many of those cars will come floating up. Wouldn't that be something? Some of those cars that got washed out to sea come floating up on shore, reach in, hit the key, and still have battery life. That'd really make you wonder about those batteries. Uh, I hate to know what's all. If we could remove all the water off this world and see what's at the bottom of the oceans, we probably would freak out what's at the bottom. But all I know is it wasn't that many marches ago. I could remember not having the furnace running already. Had that shut down for the year, and here it is running. Atlantis, yeah, we could find Atlantis again. I know where there's some more. Yeah, March used to be a nice month. I could remember having some pretty good hailstorms this month. But no, it's snow, 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 snow. No, that's just that. Oh, she's one of those come up to the stop sign and nosedive. In other words, you wouldn't hire her to haul nitroglycerin across town with then, huh? Well, yeah, they said that was a wise tale that popped up here. Well, once Robin's come back, we get 3 more snowstorms. Well, that should be it. Not like what the wife said. If they wanted snow on their back ends, they should have just walked through a snowbank. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta get me some good carburetors again. I used to have a 2 barrel carburetor. You look down through it. I mean, it was almost drop a golf ball through it. Oi, hey caramba! No wonder you're. No wonder you look stressed out at times, Mike. Hey, Caitlin, how's it going down there? I'm really hoping spring springs really soon. I'm getting tired of this snowing. Did you get any of that stuff yesterday? That was crazy. I think it kind of went from us to the east side of the state, and Mama Bear, she gets mad at me because I don't know. I say I see fine, but according to her, I get too close sometimes. Oh, okay, Caitlin. Yeah, ours ain't completely melted away. I'm actually hoping the temperature drops before I go home so it freezes up so I can get to my truck. I don't know if you're in here yet, Tim, but uh, we just been kicking back and 45. I'll trade you. We're 33. I'll trade you, Caitlin. 53 and a 35, and they were still passing you. Wow. Hey, I love it when motors fix themselves. Yep, I know. I tried telling that to somebody else about the Mexican blocks, and I like a block's a block. If it was good enough for GM, it's good enough for me. I'm like, okay. So now the Mexican blocks just being rebuilt to put in your pickup the a car just to drive to get to work or something. That's okay, but you don't want to make performance parts out of them. No. I had one of those Target Master motors. But he called me. He said, it's knocking. I said, well, just leave it. I will get it. Then he calls me back. The rods are hanging out the pan. I'm like, what? I said, you were supposed to leave it. And, well, they got here. Another buddy come and got my trailer. 31 of Milwaukee. Oh, okay. Oh, Milwaukee. I don't think I'll get my wife to go back to there. uh, anyway, with the rods broke, hanging out the oil pan, they didn't think it was going to start. He reached in, hit the key, and that thing started. They drove it up on the trailer. They got it here, and yeah, he broke through a rod or two out the bottom of the oil pan, but it didn't break the camshaft, and it stayed running. Let's see. My oldest was born in 96, so 1995, we're driving a 92 Chevy pickup there, Kurt. We're going through Milwaukee, and we're gawking that. We're heading up north there, Green Bay. We're heading to Green Bay. Oh no! Yeah, you need to find out from Dave if he ever's going to get a hold of me. I still haven't heard nothing on it. Anyway, Kurt, we're driving through. We're gawking at the buildings, and we're driving a 3 year old truck. Going up to pick my buddy up from his job because his wife was about ready to have a baby. We're gawking at the nice tall buildings as we're going up on the interstate through there, and all of a sudden I heard this slap. I knew what it was as soon as I heard it. Wife goes, "What was that?" I said, I looked down. Temp gauge starts climbing. Volt gauge starts dropping. I'm like, uh-oh. And the cop that finally, well, this happened on a Friday night. It was colder than hell that year. It, we're down. We ended up pulling off the interstate, and then the cop said, "You should have stayed up on the interstate. You would have got help faster." Uh, we were between the north and south ghetto there in Milwaukee, down by the river, minus 32 below. You know that was freaking cold. Yeah. Yep, the alternator, the bearing went out and smoked the belt, smoked the alternator. Thank God the wife at the time had AAA. And my buddy wasn't another 4 miles down the road because her AAA almost ran out before we got to him. So, yeah. Okay. Yep. When the 400s blew up, you usually didn't salvage much. Uh, so, yeah, that was an interesting time going through Milwaukee. So, if you're in the Milwaukee area, I don't think I can get the wife close to you. Because when we get to Dubuque, how so long does it take you to get to Dubuque there, Kurt? Well, I've got free. I've got a 4-bolt main that has the 3 soft plugs, and I've got two 2-bolt mains. One of them's got the 2 soft plugs, and the other one has the casting for the 3 soft plugs, but it only has 2 in it on the sides. Yeah, that's an interesting block. Is it this one here? Or is it? Yeah, it is. Here you go. It is this block. Let's see. See? 1, 2, 3. And it's only got 2 in it, and it's a 2-bolt. Should have had 3. And let's see. I don't know. Just back there. I don't. It's not the first row, but that second row. You can see the 3 soft plugs there, hopefully. That's the 4-bolt 400 I got. Hopefully you guys seen that. Yeah, so. Oops, what'd I do? Hopefully I didn't do nothing. Oh. So, yeah. Yeah, Ryan, you need to get that 400 out and bring her up. I want to see what happened to that one. 2.5 hours. Well, that wouldn't be so bad. I know we're going, after tax season, I think we're going to go out to my sister, so maybe if you got some free time in that, we'll have to meet up somewhere there, Kurt. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happened to your 400 there, Ryan. How'd you come out, get anywhere with that body shop yet on that truck? Hopefully they've done something for you. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out and meet a bunch of YouTubers, and like it's, well, I guess if we don't get out, we're going to do the get together. And we got one of the guys that'll come up and DJ us. So, okay, cool. We got one of the buddies that'll come up and be our DJ. So, I guess we'll get that figured out, and if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. I think that'd be fun. My dad used to do a hog feed every year. I need to go in for have my. I need to have stuff re-welded and replaced. Oh, that's fine, Ryan. That's okay. Don't worry about that. That's okay. Another update? What the hell? No. Clear. No more updates. You're lucky. I got to keep you around to use you for my live streams because I can't get the computer. I cannot. I don't understand why a tablet you could just go click, 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 go live. You try to use your computer, they want you to go through Google Hangouts and do this, link to this and link to that. Why can't they just... Hey there, Chevy Power, Fox 555. How you doing? Well, we're in trouble now. There's Mama Bear. Mama Bear made it. Yes, I seen that, Caitlin. I did see that. I gotta get that marked on my chart. I seen that. Hi, Mama Bear. We're still out here at the shop. You've missed it. We've been talking about cranks, rods, heads, polishing, and everything else. Hey, that's who ain't here. Jerry and Judy. Well, I wonder where they are. I'll have to... let's see. Where's... There he is. Hey. Didn't see anything out of Carl either. I know Jerry wasn't feeling the best. Yeah, Mama Bear, I got a hole in my left cheek. I went to sit down on my chair and the block was too close and it caught my got my. I got to find the iron in the weld on patches, the iron on patches for the. So I don't have an exposed cheek. It's a small hole, but once the wash machine gets done with it, I just will throw them away. Oh, really? Oh, I remember them doing that. Yep, I remember that now. God, Jason, you're. Ah, okay, cool. I suppose I better do that before I run them through the wash so that it doesn't unravel. All right, Mike, you take care. You stay safe, and I'll be getting a hold of you. Hey, Mike, we just cleared our camper. Mike, we just cleared our 2 hour mark. Yeah. No, not why, man, Mama. No, 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 no. I may want a hot blank, but not that way. I know you'd enjoy that, but no, no. I don't need them glued to my. That'd be funny. No, that. Yeah, see how you are? So, how'd you and Squirrel do today? Got a lot of room made out here for you, so we're get you off a day. We're going to get you out here. Uh, I didn't blow a hole. I sat down and then caught the block. No, I have not run nitrous yet. Kind of had old. I had a friend of mine that always wanted. He was always worried about me beating his motors and that. And I was always a carbureted guy. I'm like, if you need a bottle, it ain't growed up yet. So I've always been a carbureted guy. And he was getting into the nitrous, and yeah. No, it was the corner of that block right there. That was up against this chair. And thank God the plastic was on there. Otherwise, I'd probably been bleeding out right now. But that corner of that block got me. So no, I've just only messed with carburetors and fuel injection. No nitrous yet. Yeah, then I eat your breakfast pizza. That's actually set with me pretty good today. I tell you, everybody loves what Mama Bear's cooking. So we get our get together. I'll have to have her make some of her desserts and that. Yep, she does pretty good. Oh, she makes a mean pea salad too. There's a couple of guys at the church. They always request her to make the pea salad, and they dang near will eat a whole bowl of it. The two of them. I mean, one time she made a pea salad. Well, there was about 4 pea salads that showed up at church. Hers was the only one gone. Everybody else's pretty much took a full bowl home. Yes, that was nitrous bomb. Oh, that's what I'm thinking about doing if we do the get together. We got a couple of old blocks around here that really ain't worth fixing. I'm about ready to just use all the crappiest parts we can. Make sure the thing will get compression started up and see how long it'll run. So, oh, that's okay, Caitlin. You're all fine. At least my tablet has finally stopped trying to update. Stupid thing. Always does it when I'm doing my live show. So, I guess next week I'll just let this thing run for a couple of days before I let it do its updates in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I made two bowls. Yeah, one for the general and another bowl for the guys in the kitchen that time. Yeah, and then the one in the kitchen was pretty much empty. Okay, yeah. See, that's my problem too. The computer I got out here at the farm, I don't have a mic or a webcam on it, so I got to get that. In the farm internet is a lot better than the town one, so oh yeah, wasn't that Motor Trend when they did that? Complete stock bottom in. They got her up, and that little 305 made like 632 horsepower, but they never did say what it was making at the time it blew up. Yeah, I don't understand that. I went to I kind of gave up on watching live streams there for a while. I couldn't even get them to work. I could watch them, but I couldn't comment. Then I finally figured out after I make a comment, I gotta click down here. I can go back up and make a comment. So now that's what I'm doing. It just don't make any sense. So Mama Bear, you ready to start lubing and shoving things in the round holes? Ah, Mike, quit being so hard on yourself. I'd be there. Mama Bear would be there. I'm sure people would show up for you. Kind of like that song is. You find out who your friends are. uh, yep, she can tighten the nuts and lube up the rods, and I'll even help her hammer the cam bearings in. I think I'll let her hold the shat. I better stop before I say anymore because that's not going to come out the way I want it to. Who, God, what's the singer? I can't remember the singer. They said he's 70 years old. Bill Clinton 71. The other one's had sex, booze, and alcohol all his life and looks good. And Bill's been married to Hillary. It looks like he's about Walking Dead. Yep, I think Mama Bear. I've had a few people say we need to do one segment of yours live while you're building that motor. That could be interesting. Just might have to put a PG mark, make it rated. Mama Bear, she's pretty good. Yep. Be interesting to hear. It won't be PG with her on there. Rated R. Rated raunchy. Not even PG 13. Oh, mama. uh, that'd be cool to be able to get all these motors built and then fire them all up in here at once. See how bad the building rattles. That'd be a noise. That would be one heck of a noise. Hey, there's what we could do. We'll put a little kitchen dinette in. You can have your building motors and cooking with Mama Bear. Really fast? No, I thought that was I don't know. Oh, and I got to stop by the kids and see what's going on with the Tahoe. Those front wheels come loose again. I'm getting a little wondering what the heck's going on. Front yard in town. Oh, you want to do your show at the house? Okay. Yeah, I know. Well, they did have somebody else work on it other than me, so hopefully they didn't forget to tighten something. Oh, oh, yeah, we could go. Yeah. Hey, Mama. Kurt's close to Milwaukee. You want to go there again? Oh, our neighbors would love us firing those motors up in the town. Oh, yeah. That would be great. A couple of them would like it. I know how the other half would be like, um, oh, yeah. Oh. I know that song. Al Kurt, did you see that? She said a flat no. uh, Thought if we went out to Port Huron, we'd go through there and take the ferry across, but I don't think I could handle being on a boat. No, not Dear Rodney. It's the other one. Mama's been drinking and she's got her boobs out. Oh, what the heck is that song? I can't think of it. Hmm. Hey, Kurt said he's about 2.5 hours away from Dubuque. I told him we get out to the sisters. Might have to see if he's around and available and go meet him somewhere. Oh, the Dear Rodney? No, 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 no. That's about the other part of the body. Hey, what part of Florida are you in? Back in '92, just before Andrew come through, I literally missed Andrew back then. I was clear down there in Homestead, Florida. That was as far south as I could go. Almost didn't come back from Florida. Almost stayed down there. Kind of glad I come back. Otherwise, I wouldn't have Mama Bear, and we wouldn't be sitting here doing this. Yeah, put your clothes back on. That's it. I'm guessing you're down there right now. You're probably about 70, 75 degrees. Hey, we're at 1918. Ain't that the. No, that was. Oh, God. Johnny Horton song. We chased him through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't even go. Ah, crazy some of the stuff we think up. Oh, where's Squirrel? Must went to Sisters. 1818. 1918. All right, well, let's see. Let's see how much battery I got. I'm at half battery. Oh, that's right. The shed. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping in, Mama. Everybody likes it when you can come by. 1818. Let's see what that one is. Huh. 1818 at 18 at 818. That's kind of a quinky dink for numbers. Cool. Oh yeah, Ray Stevens. 56 squirrels. Holy moly, that's a lot of squirrels. And those little guys, you get a bunch of them like that, they do a lot of damage. Down Garlets. Oh, wow, that's a name I ain't heard in years. Wow. Yeah, some of our old time racers with what we got today, if they would have had that back in their day, holy, could you imagine what they'd be like? Oh, now who can text me? Okay. Must be sending me a picture. So I'll wait. Yep, there it comes. Hmm. No, I haven't heard of. Oh man, that'd be cool to see. Anybody out there ever heard of Scorpion? Scorpion Products Incorporated? I've never heard of them. Okay. Are they a good company? Good. I mean, parts good. The guy's interested in a set of pistons, I guess. I've never heard of them. Oh, makes aluminum heads too. Okay. Alrighty. Hmm. Be interesting. I mean, they're kind of a nice looking piston. Oh, gotta stay this way. Wow. They do look nice. That ain't a bad looking piston. No. Hmm. 1814, we took a little trip down the Mississippi. Thank you, Mama. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I might have to check those out too. Oh, that was one of those things I was going to tell you guys, and I forgot what I was saying. Not that I really. A day in a bad looking couch. Found that out on my burn pile. Nobody knows where it come from. And it's been laying out there all winter, so it's been snowed and rained on and washed. Ah, okay. Okay. Cool. Might be a good company to look into. I sure had I had good luck with crane cams and crane roller rockers. They held up pretty good for us. Yep, I always wanted to keep that set of roller rockers because I took one of the roller rockers with me on the trip all the way down to Florida and back. Yep, back in '92, I met just literally. I think I got home and Hurricane Andrew hit 2 weeks later. I tell you, things down there in Florida are a lot different. Oh, we're talking about cars and motors and anything in general, whatever interests anybody there. Been talking about some Chevys and different parts and everything, so you never know. If you got an idea of something to talk about, we can try that too. Now we got when I was down there in Florida, I got to go to Crane Cams. Uh, that day they weren't giving any gin sets. Don't know anything about gin sets. uh, do you guys remember Performance Automotive Warehouse when they used to sell to the general public? I used to get some good stuff from them. But now I don't even know if they're in business anymore. They're towards the end of when we got out of racing years ago, we were getting a lot of stuff through them, and it was good stuff. But then when I got back in, out of business, okay. It's amazing how things have changed over the years. When I got back into working on cars and that, I started calling up the guys that used to grind my cranks or cranks, grind camshafts and that for me. They either dead, sold out, or in a nursing home. I'm like, wow. Then I got thinking, well, you know what? They were kind of old when I was doing this stuff, and here we are, 20 some years later. Like, wow. kind of had a kind of had a meltdown there. I'm like, wow, the old guys I talked to on the phone and that are either dead, gone, or retired, or I'm like, that was crazy. And another company I liked was Ultradyne, but they went under. But god dang it, Bullet. Who's got them? Somebody's got all their stuff. 67 charge. Oh, okay. Oh no! Yeah, all that hassle to get the sticker to you, and then you end up losing it to the daughter. Oh, Kurt. I gotta get a hold of that guy that was going to make me some new ones and see if he's got them and got any done or what's going on. But oh, well, at least it got there for your daughter to steal from you. Oh man. The other thing I got Dodge around here right now is one time I was going over to pick up my buddy Joe, and I found a brand new quarter panel and trunk floor for 67, 69 vehicle. I can't even remember what. Oh, kid. Yeah, I'm getting closer to getting these Fords out of here. Oh no, I like it when they goof up and do that. It happened to me last year on ordering parts, and I seen the one company put the money back in my account, so I called them up and said, "Hey, what's going on? I got the parts." They said, "Well, you were double shipped and one come back, and instead of just putting it back on the shelves, whoever took it in refunded my money." And I'm like, okay, so They said, well, enjoy the parts because they're free. I said, well, why can't you take the money? Because we don't have an order to put against it because it got uh, refunded. I'm like, oh. So, yeah, I got some free parts last year. Yeah, Fords are driving me nuts right now. I've got too many of them sitting in the yard, and it's just been crazy. Hey, I gotta get lucky once in a while. Don't happen often enough. Daughter's like, "Are you on your way yet?" I said, "No." She's like, "Really, Ella?" I said, "Yeah, I got a good crowd tonight." uh, oh, it is 8:30, ain't it? Yeah, Mike. Oh no, I don't know. I think the cat likes where I moved his chair. I ain't sure what he's staring at. 9:30 there. Oh, okay. You're east of me then. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hard to believe a year ago, about this time, I was still baby faced. Yes, kid. No, I'm in the west side of Iowa. I'm down here in the States. I'm over on the west side of Iowa. West central Iowa is where I'm at. Out here in the middle of a cornfield. Okay, now I know what you're looking at. What the heck is that? Oh, okay, Aiden. Oh, I got some boxes I moved around. Iowa Mechanica, YouTube. Thunderhead 289. Oh, okay. Children of Corn was actually filmed about an hour away from me in Hornick, Iowa. It's either Hornick or Corning. I always get them mixed up. But that house in real life is just as creepy as it was in the movie. And that town is just as dead as it is in the movie. Wife got me to drive up in there once. Usually we drive right by it on the way to the casino. And she got me to drive up in there. And I'm like, I didn't even like being in that town. I don't care if you go to bed or not. I can pop the covers off and check those lug nuts, and the lug nuts are loose, and I'm going to have to figure out why they backed off after driving a couple hundred miles, because that's about what I put on it last time, that Tahoe. But yeah, the wife got me to drive up in that town, and we wound up by that house. It just gives you the creeps. Even though it's no, it's a movie. There's something about that town. It's creepy. It's and Twister was filmed here too. That was east of us, I think over by Eldora, Iowa, in that area. Then, if you guys want to see a cheap flick, look up the movie Peacock. That was supposed to be our town's claim to fame. They were in our town for like 2, 3 months. Everything. And I think they used 30 seconds of what they filmed in the movie. uh, yeah. The only thing that them doing was it got the town prettied up, and the old bank all they went in. The movie crew went in and redid all the woodwork, all the marble, everything in the bank, made it look just like it did back in the day. Really fixed that place up and cleaned it up. And then I yeah, I don't even think there's a minute of video from what they filmed here for 3 months in it. What about Bob? Hey, I remember hearing that. Hey, Jerry, how y'all doing? You just missed Mama Bear. She had to go pick up Squirrel. I forgot Squirrel does her church stuff. Hey, Paul. Good morning. Good evening to you. Good morning to you, and good evening to me. Hey, we're getting a pretty good live show tonight. We got 2.5 hours, Mike. Yep, we're doing good, and I rearranged the shop again. Got a few more projects lined up and a few more parts to go, and I guess maybe I want to start, maybe get some of this stuff reconditioned and sold too. Get these cranks, get them polished and cleaned, and send them out. Get rid of them. Turn them into cash. What is that, JG Wentworth or whatever? But you notice you don't see those. Ah, you're starting your day over there in the UK. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Mike. Yep. Hopefully spring has sprung over there for you guys in the UK. It sure hasn't here yet. We're still fighting cold and snow and rain, and we got a great big mud hole here at the farm. Oh, okay. I kind of remember hearing that. What about Bob? Well, it's quiet out here tonight. At least there ain't no skunk skunking me out this time. I got a feeling maybe that was my buddy. Maybe. Okay, cool. I wonder what the temp is here now. Temp is, according to the phone, 33 degrees. Okay. Yeah, a little cold to look at their vehicle. Ah, you guys are fighting the same cold weather, huh? The Amityville Horror House. I cannot begin to watch that movie. It's been that way ever since it come out. That comes on, I'm gone. I either change the channel or I leave. That is one I cannot stand. I've tried it a couple of times, and that comes on, I'm out of here. It's like a freaking Ouija board. No, 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 no. That skunk. Oh god, that night. At least I was further in the shop. Buddy tasted it before I did. I was like, oh, that's too close. That was too close. Yeah, the Conjuring is another one I can't. No, thank you. Remember when Bigfoot used to be the big thing back in the late 70s or so? Everybody was Bigfoot this, Bigfoot that, Bigfoot this. Well, my sisters got stuck with me, little brother, and then young, my youngest sister to me was 11 years older than me, so they had the little brother. They would have been in high school. And you know what high schoolers want to do. They sure don't want a little brother around. So they decided to play Bigfoot at the house. Well, it was funny. All the older kids disappeared, and you kept going around, and finally I was the last one. Well, of course, you know what the teenagers are in the house doing. As I got older, I now know. I was the only one outside, and I was probably about 6 or 7. I don't even know if I was even that old. No, because they would have. No, I wasn't even that old. Because they graduated in 74, 75. I would have been about 4 or 5 years old. Walking around this house. It's dark. Nobody will answer you. So I went, got in the car, and they made the mistake. They left the keys in the car. I got in the car. I locked all 4 doors from the inside, and back in the 70s, you didn't have no remote. And you had the old crank-up windows that, And I was small enough. I got down under the dash, stood up, and I was up above the glove box, hiding. Well, then they realized I wasn't outside walking around. So you got a bunch of teenagers that already terrified the crap out of me. I'm hiding. They're looking in the car. They couldn't see me. They're like, how'd the car get locked? The keys are in it. Now what do we do? And my sister's like, oh my God, oh my God. And finally somebody seen my feet down there, and it took them forever before they finally got me convinced to come out from under that dash and unlock the door. Guess what? They never did that to me again. Oh yeah. I've my sisters were kind of mean to me. But yeah, The Exorcist was another one I couldn't stand either. But yeah. Oh. I should go back in time and do that to him. That would have been a good one to open the glove box and have me. But yeah, I had that car locked up tight. They couldn't get in it, and I know I made them late getting home. And Dad was like, "What was going on?" And all I know is Dad sent me to bed, and the girls didn't. They didn't come upstairs for a while, so I don't know how much trouble I got them in, but. I miss my one sister. I wish she was still here. Because if she was here, she'd be out here. She liked the stuff that little brother come up with. And I don't know. We almost got in the remodeling houses and that together, but then the stupid cancer come along. So I thought she was older, but I guess I've outlived my sister now. I'm going to be 50, and she only made it to 36, 37. I thought she was older, but yeah, I'm going to be 50. I've outlived. I've outlived my sister, one sister. And my oldest sister, never hardly see. Yep. Well, they say the good die young, so I must be an ornery-old coot. Oh, that was a heck of a surprise to come up on, wasn't it, Don? Oh boy. Yep. That I don't know what I would do in that situation. Put her in reverse and step on the gas very hard. I guess I don't. Yeah, I'm too ornery. I've had plenty of situations where I shouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys, but I guess I got too many. Gotta get Mama Bear out here building motors. I think she'd have fun with that. I know she will, especially her commentary. She's like, "It's always clean. It's just how you take it." I'm like, "Well, your insinuations that you come up with are pretty good." Oh, I bet. I bet. And and look at the stuff we got coming up now in this world that everybody's going after our guns and all this and that. And I told somebody last night it's like Adolf Hitler's come back from the grave. I just, it's kind of getting scary. Well, it's not getting, it's gotten scary now. I don't know what they think they're going to have for a world after. It ain't going to be, it ain't going to be any better than what we got. So, yeah. Yeah. And they, I mean, this oil filter. I mean, it's the oil filter. You could kill somebody with that. A hammer. If you got ill intentions in your mind, it ain't going to make a difference what you do. You want to harm somebody bad enough, you're going to do it with a gun, knife, anything possible. Heck, this wire brush. I mean, stab that through somebody's side of their temple. I mean, it's not again. Yeah, your fist. Yeah, this new world order. I mean, you decide you want to whack somebody off or knock them off. I mean, you're going to do it. Heck, my cat could kill somebody. You get, if he ate a bad rat and bit somebody, I mean, oh, it just, right, Caitlin, you're so right. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's a moral issue. I mean, and the other thing that's kind of pity turd me is these kids are willing to march for all this and that, but they're not willing to stand up for the kids that are being bullied in the schools and stopping that. So those ain't the ones coming back and shooting up the schools. I mean, the fix is easy. Just be nice to your fellow human being. If the family that the child lives in has got less than you, uh, there's no reason to be beating. Yeah, that, like I said, the kids are being used as pawns. They don't even have a clue what they're doing. Their families are probably getting some pretty big bucks because that seems to be the thing that's. Next thing you know, we're going to find out that George Soros is behind all this again. I mean, right. I mean, I used to be picked on in school. I mean, back when I was in school and you weighed 220 pounds, I would like to get back to that. At 220 pounds, all the kids always picked on me. Oh, and you know, one day the seniors to go to shop class, we had to, this long hall. We went down, over, and down, and there's the band room and the music room. That was the only two doors on that one wall, and the other wall was nothing. And I had to, hey Mo man, how you doing? And I had to go to shop class. Well, this is before my back problems, and yeah, I'll check that out, Don. Uh, and I heard them when I come around the corner. They were hiding because the band doors and that are about 4 foot in, so they were recessed. So I took off trucking down the wall. Well, those seniors stepped out, and I hit them. I knocked them down, rolled them, and I still made it to the shop class on time. And guess what? After I knocked them down, they didn't pick on me anymore. And then they kept trying to get me to go out for football, and that's when I was warned not to go out for football by my doctor because of my back, because they said one wrong hit, I'd be paralyzed for the rest of my life. So, yeah. So, yeah, I was picked on a lot. And, you know, I cleaned up the farm. It took me 4 years. And the last year, we hauled 120,000 pounds. 120,000 pounds of scrap metal off this farm. The guy that hauled it off, he's like, I didn't think there was that much there. I'm like, I knew there was. And I think there's 17 buildings I removed off the farm that weren't taken care of. Uh, I was made fun of a lot because Dad didn't take care of the farm, and the buildings were everything was just in disrepair. The shop I'm in, I built this in December of 1999. I built this, put it on the farm, and yeah, I mean the kids were cruel, but none of our kids have come back and shot anything up. I mean, and then I had a kid I picked on. I mean, you had your levels of pick. I had a kid that picked on. You know what? That kid has turned his life around, and he's got more money than he knows what to do with. Yeah, I know. I'd love to have that iron right now. That would have been. But my dad was still alive. He wanted some of the money, and about the time I finally got Dad convinced to let it go, the iron price dropped. So yeah, that would have been a nice paycheck, but I think we got about $3,500 for all that. I mean, that's how bad the iron dropped. But it got the farm cleaned up, and now it's cleaned up to where it's safe to be out here. Got rid of all the wild critters. That's what's for sure. So now I got a nice place cleaned up, and now we're ready to. I want to. My goal is to try and be living out here this year or next year. I want to be out to the farm. I want to stay. Yeah, kids. And somebody asked how it's going with the daughter, and she's starting to right before December. Yeah, they're right. No, Mama Bear don't count. Now, when I met Mama Bear, one of the first times she come out here to help work on a motor, the machine shed used to be out back there, and then the old shop just used to be a few feet past this wall. And we had the house yard and cow yard, and we had to go through the cow yard to get the machine shed. And it was kind of a year like it is now, where everything's sinking the china. And Mama Bear, she went plowing right through, and it's almost the machine shed. I made it the machine shed, and all of a sudden I heard her, "Oh no!" You heard the familiar. Her foot went in, her foot come out. She was in the bottom of the hole. She's like, "Now what do I do?" I said, "Just a second." So walked out and pulled her shoe out, slipped it back on her foot, and she just crawled right through the mud to go back there and help us work on the motor. So, I mean, now I've got grass growing everything in the mud of the driveway. I gotta get some gravel in there, or otherwise I'll figure out how to concrete the whole thing. Save the problem. Just concrete it. Or wait for them to do some asphalt, maybe have them bring some blacktop in and cover it. That'd be okay. Something. But yeah, so Mama Bear, she's built a few motors with me, and then the kids came along. Now the kids are moving out, and hopefully Mama Bear comes back to the shop. It'd be great. But yeah, Mama Bear, she was a town girl, and she got to learn in the. Yeah, I checked into that one time, and they got such a waiting list for it. Yeah, they got people waiting, and they've got farmers that they call them up 20 minutes before they'll be out there, and then it goes in the cattle lot usually. So yeah, that's an idea, but they got a waiting list on that. So when they did Highway 20, my neighbor, he goes, "I wish I'd realized you needed concrete." He said there was a lot of concrete that was just dumped in the ditch that they later come back and because the temperature wasn't right for the road. Not Highway 2175. He says, man, that would have been perfect for you. I'm like, now you tell me. So, yeah. But they're getting ready to do some more road work around here, so maybe I'll have a buddy say something to one of the guys and say, hey, I'll form up, and if you guys got some, bring it. I'm ready for it. So I think I'm going to go off to the east here with a 16 by 24 or an 18 by 24 addition on the shop off to the east for now to get room and actually put the clean engine building room in that. Yeah, that's what I want to try and get hooked up with. And actually, they're doing Highway 20. I should talk to my buddy and say, hey, they got any reject loads, get them down here. Be hard, be a nice hard concrete. 10 yards of concrete. Yeah. That's what's keeping me from doing some of this stuff. So that's my plan behind this, to get these motors built, get them sold, and make the money to do the additions and the upgrades here and keep on going. I ain't ready to give up yet. I'm trying to. This is actually the longest I've sat down, other than poking a hole in my bibs. I guess I'd rather have it the bibs than in my skin. But got a lot of things, and I noticed got some comments on some of my older videos, and I don't know if any of you ever go check out my playlists. I mean, I got some builds on a 350 and that I did a few years ago, which that's hard to believe. That's 4 years ago already. Like, where's the time gone? And I don't know. I catch myself going to my own videos and watching them, and hey, there you go. That didn't work out. I catch myself going and watching some of my old videos, and I look at how things used to be. I mean, I had guys when I was fixing the kid's car when she first got it and all that, and everybody's like, "You're a big guy. How are you getting up and down? We're half your size, and we can't even get down on the ground and get back up." I was doing good, and I can see over the last few years on how. Hey, Jason, welcome back. How this diabetes has really started to mess with me and change things, but I'm still trying to fight against it and not let it win. And right now, I am back down just to taking my insulin. I took myself off the pills, and I told Doc I am not taking any more pills. I ain't even taking my gabapentin, which is supposed to help with the nerve pain, and things are getting better. I'm not suggesting that people go quitting their medicines. Please don't. Not without your doctor's permission, but that was part of the fight with the daughter here the other day. Why didn't you do more? Well, the medication knocked me on my butt that we tried for those 2 weeks, and I couldn't function. I really couldn't. Hello? Not much. Still going here. Yeah. Fun when people. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll, right. So I'm just wondering if the lug nuts are loose or if somebody, that happened last year. They seen. So, right. Right. So, right. So, yeah, I'm going to grab some tools and pop the caps off and tighten the lug nuts, and then I'll double check the lug nuts. If they're tight, then I'm going to have to jack up the front end and see what's going on, and I'll have my flashlight and I'll look at the tire. So yes, yeah, I yeah, well, I'll be yeah. So alrighty, all right, bye. Oh, yes, Jason, that's what happened to me. I told Doc one day, I says, I literally was ready to scream out from pain. I had so much pain. I'm like, so he says, well, here, try this one. It's supposed to help with your mood and that. I took it, and he said, take it at bedtime. I took the first one. Well, usually the stuff they tell me to take at bedtime keeps me up. Just a second, I'll finish this, and I'll go back. Remind me, Jerry. Uh, Keeps me up, so I took it early to see if it would do. It knocked me on my butt, not only from. That's right, Tom. No more or no more. Yeah, it knocked me on my butt until 4 o'clock the next afternoon. So I took it again the next night. Waited till closer to bed. It was 5:30, 6 o'clock the next afternoon before I could function. So that one wasn't working. And then they gave me another one last week that was making me sick. So yeah. No, Jerry had the Tahoe. The kids got the Tahoe. And last year we put the new wheel bearings, tie rods, drag link, ball joints, everything in the front of that Tahoe. Well, and they finally got me paid off, so they got it. Yeah. Yes, Caitlin, that's true too. So they've had it for about a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. And they went all over, and now tonight she goes, well, I think it needs a wheel bearing. It's clunking. I'm like, it better not, because those are brand new. And last year, after I put that together and I put about 100 miles on it, it started clunking. Well, it started crunching. Sounded like the bearing bad. Well, it ended up the lug nuts were either they A loosened themselves or B somebody loosened them. So we torqued it. I drove it for a while. They've drove it, so I know it's put. Yeah, that's right. I drove it after that, so it's had a lot of miles put on, and then they just had the front end aligned. So hopefully they didn't screw up and forget to tighten something when they did the front end alignment. So I'm going to recheck. But if the lug nuts are loose again, I need to figure out what's going on, why those lug nuts are backing off. When all the years we've owned the Tahoe, we ain't ever had that problem. So I don't know. The Tahoe sat here this winter. I don't know if somebody's messed with it or what, but yeah. Well, the lug nuts on. I'm about ready. But if I get when I get there and those lug nuts are loose again, I'm really going to wonder if somebody ain't. I mean, the company I use the parts from, we've got them on other vehicles, and they haven't loosened up or had any issues. Yeah, Jason. Oh, she called me and she said, what's going on with the back door? I guess one of the back doors won't open now. I said, well, it's been sitting a while. It could have ice or something. Who knows? And I said, well, I think when I got it, I had to get the WD 40 or put Loctite on them. That, yeah, if they're backing off, I'm going to have to figure out why. The tires are like new on it, so unless square wheels. There you go. She goes, well, that would make sense. So if I pop off the cap, those center caps, and there's lug nuts missing, then I know somebody has messed with that thing severely. That's what I'm thinking, Jerry. I mean, because I drove it for a while last fall, part of the winter. And then they've drove it all over here. And now all of a sudden it's got a problem. But like I said, literally Monday, tomorrow, a week ago, they just had the front end aligned on it. And now all of a sudden something's wrong. So I don't know. They shouldn't have to do anything with the wheels. I mean, not unless something was in the way. And I don't know. Well, the studs aren't long enough to double nut it. Yeah, Caitlin, I know. If years ago I went through a phase of having that issue, Caitlin, I had somebody messing with my stuff pretty bad, and if that's the case, if it's me they're after, that's fine. But if they thought that was still mine, not the kids, and did it, yeah, no, yeah. Years ago, I had a few issues with stuff like that. So, but yeah, if I pop the caps off and there's lug nuts missing, then I know somebody's been messing with it. Then that'd be. Then we're gonna have to set up some more cameras to figure out what's going on. Cameras caught some a 3 and 4. What were they? No, 4 and 5. 3 or 4 or 4 or 5. I don't know. A couple of young kids when the kids lived at the apartment when Lily was first born. Hey, somebody egged your car, and we're like, what? So finally I got PO'd and went to Walmart, bought some dash cams, installed them in the car, and the first day we had the dash cam in, we caught them. The ones that were coming and telling the kids that somebody egged their car were the ones doing the egging of the car. Young little kids, which come to find out are distant relatives of ours. All right, Kurt, thanks for coming by. You have a good week this week. Well, the alignment place, they're pretty good people, but I really don't see them for. I know the guy that does it, and I don't see him goofing up, but right. Hey, Matt, you're back. Okay. So yeah, they would when find out it's because then when my daughter made a comment to her grandma, and the parent of these kids go, who's what do you mean grandma? Well, that's when they finally got talking and are, oh crap, you're our cousins. Who cares if you're cousins or not? Why are you letting your little kids egg somebody's car? Oh man. So when Mama Bear found out it was her relative, needless to say, yeah, no more egging of the car happened. And the cop says, we got you on video. Hey, C10, how you doing? Well, see, I've got the stock aluminum wheels on that Tahoe, and the guy that had it before me put that poor Tahoe through living hell. He went hunting, and he'd go across cornrows at 80 miles per hour. So if they were going to work loose, they should have worked loose then. But yeah, last year we kind of blamed it on somebody trying to take the tires off it. Well, now if the lug nuts are loose again, I got to either figure out if it's a mechanical issue or if somebody is messing with it. And if they're messing with it, they're messing with my kids and my grandchildren right now, and that will not be ending well if I catch somebody. You know, Johnny Cash did live from Folsom Prison. I wonder if they'll let me do live streams from prison. Oh, heck, they probably will, because I guess South jails are giving cell phones to prisoners. What? Prisoners live better than those people out here running around trying to make a living. I suppose I better check on battery. Ooh, yep. Yeah, we're getting down there. So, yeah, almost forgot about the battery tonight. So, well, guys, I got gals. I better grab some tools and go check the Tahoe out, see what's going on. One piece at a time. Yep, that was a good. Well, that's what I'm wondering too on the lug nuts there, Jerry. If the studs are stretching or something. So, but yeah, I guess I haven't ate anything. I gotta take my insulin, so I suppose I better get some tools, go there, take care of that, make sure it ain't something serious, and that. So, hey Larry, you are in there. I've been meaning to hit you up on Facebook, but I haven't gotten been too busy. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming by. Nice to have you all here. You all take care. Have a good week and stay safe out there. All right, C10. Yep. I usually start them about 6 o'clock on Sunday night Central Time. So, all right. You take care down there, Caitlin, and we'll see you guys all later.